Three for the Money is brought to you by the Trend Center app. This is the best tool for sports betting research. The Trend Center app, you can test betting systems from the past 20 years, explore thousands of existing trends and systems from top betting experts, choose from hundreds of filters to test different systems for each sport. Save these trends and get notified when their systems have games. Download the app and use our code TFTM for 15% off a premium membership after a 2-day free trial. Okay. We're here. We're back. Street for the Money. New episodes every Thursday. Brought to you by the Trend Center app. The greatest tool on the planet for sports bettors. Check it out. Link in the bio. 15% off a premium membership. Okay. I ended up going 2-2, and I lost my surefire pick. So I'm down like a unit. Not great. But I guess I'm afloat. I don't know. Whatever. I'm kind of done with last week was supposed to be a good week. The divisional round is supposed to be the funnest football. Was not that fun for me. Felt like a battle every single game. Anyway, Chris, how did you do?
I was all right. I went 2-1-1. Pushed my surefire, just brutal. Ended up getting -9. Just way it went with it, and I was like, yeah, 8.5, 9. How often does a football game end like on a 9-point difference? So what's the worst that could happen? It didn't account for the Chiefs punter running it out of the back of the end zone on the last play of the game. That sucked. Even though it was a push, but it sucked. Especially after they blocked that field goal, and where I lost my mind. I was like, okay, fuck yeah, like we're cruising. No way this loses now. But it was all right. But 2-1-1, that's plus money. Can't complain. But I will complain for a second. Just stupid to take that Commanders Lions under. That was stupid. Just
You
that was dumb.
you were the cute play was being attempted.
Mm-hmm.
You were probably thinking two uh unstoppable forces meeting each other and
Yeah,
and
and I
stopping
just
them.
I was like 8 touchdowns is a lot to ask for in a playoff game, and
It
I thought
wasn't.
it was. It wasn't. It wasn't at all. Yeah, but that was still once I accepted that bet was cooked, which was pretty early. It was a fun watch, but yeah, still positive on the weekend, so I can't complain. Other than that, Sean, how did you do? Uh-oh,
Oh,
mute.
looks like he's muted.
My bad, guys. I was coughing before this, so my bad. Uh, 3-4-1 last week. So I actually pushed on the Eagles spread, um, and I actually won the Chiefs spread. I got them at -8.
Mm.
So, sorry, boys, but
I had the under. That cashed for me, but the Eagles, I got them. I ended up getting them at 7 instead of 6. So wanted to shoot myself in the head.
yeah, that sucked. But 2-1-1 in the picks, like regular spreads, totals, whatever. And then I gave out props last week. I went 1-3. Not good. That's really what did me over. The only one that cashed was Jalen's under passing, which I went ahead and looked this week. The books have gotten wise. Last week it was at 204. This
Wait,
week's
wait, wait.
it's
I
what?
want to guess. I want to guess.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
184.5.
Lower,
182.
164.5.
higher, higher than Chris.
174.5.
That is
Really?
correct. Yes,
Wow.
174 and a half.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
So he went down 30 passing yards in a week. They got wise on us. Um, but yeah, I ended up hopping on Bills money line and just a little, just race to 20 plus 100. So that was fun. So that did end up putting me over on the week. But the TD parlay that we cooked up, that wasn't even close. I
No.
think Derrick Henry was the only one
I was
that
gonna say,
actually
was Derrick
scored.
Henry the only one?
Yeah, wasn't even close, but uh 3 more games, fellas. This is it. Let's make the
Yeah.
most of it.
Unfortunately, there's only three more games. But these next two games are the most important games of the season so far, one would
Yes.
say.
One
Yes.
so far,
Uh,
yes.
but I mean, just a quick little recap here. Um, I mean, I guess it didn't really matter to me that much with the Chiefs punter going out, but like everything with the Chiefs now, like almost everything, all signs point to the league being fucking rigged. Like
I mean,
I don't know.
I
Like
mean, we've
it's
been saying this for how long now, but with the Chiefs, like, yeah, they get whistles.
but
This
like
isn't new.
and like
yeah,
the guy running out of the end zone, like yeah, there's a reason to do that, but also like
Oh no, that was strategy. Like that was the
yeah,
smart thing to do.
but also
It
like
just fucked me.
it probably fucked a lot of people.
I don't think it did. I think most people got 8.5. I think
I don't know.
I think it was pretty much done. I think if anything, it fucked Vegas because I think 9 was like the worst possible outcome they could have had because as that line never got above 9, so it never like that play didn't mean anything to them. So if anything, they just pushed on everything
Hmm.
on spread wise at least.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know. It's just like now it's just clear as day. It's like the announcers are like fucking what the fuck is his name?
Troy Aikman.
Yes, Troy Aikman.
He might have a horse head in his bed coming soon. He was talking like openly against some of these whistles, and I was
I
like,
mean,
"Oh, you
he's
don't."
correct.
Oh, he is, but you don't go against Roger Goodell and his golden boy like that.
I mean, what
His
Mahomes is
cash machine.
what Mahomes is doing is like flagrant, like
Yeah,
let's automatic first down. Like, I mean, you don't have to just stop. You don't have to slow down. Just run out of bounds. Like, and I get it. It's. I guess you could. Well, I don't think you guess you could say. You can say that it is strategy to get a first down. It is part of the game, but like if you're Patrick Mahomes, you are getting that call 10 times out of 10.
hmm yes.
Yeah.
And I like they didn't.
Except they didn't call it, but I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm glad that's like the only thing where I was
yeah.
like, maybe it's not 100% rigged. If they had called that, I've been like, yeah, 100. Like
Hmm.
Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl. It's just whatever. But I
Hmm.
mean, it's the word like the great teams get the good whistle. That's like what it is in every sport, especially it's like been like that with the Chiefs for years. It was like that with the Patriots for years. It just doesn't stop. Just the way it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm I'm pretty devastated about the Lions, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
I
I'm pretty devastated. I
I
can't
thought it was
believe
a
I
slam dunk.
I uh I kind of had this thought that the Lions are taking the path that the Tennessee Titans took 5 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, and
Hmm.
it's gonna break my heart. Because they made it to their championship game. The next year they got the 1 seed out in the divisional round, and now in 5 years they'll have the number one pick again. Just watch. In 2030, the Lions will have the number one pick.
I mean, that wouldn't shock me. I mean, it would shock me as of right now, but I could see that happening, especially now. I mean, their coordinators are both gone. Well,
Yeah.
Johnson's gone. Glenn is all but gone. It's rough.
I think he got hired by the Jets today.
Yeah,
Did he? Is
I
that
believe he
official?
just
Yeah.
got hired by the
Oh,
Jets.
all right. I knew that was like where he was almost definitely going. I just didn't know it was official. But
Yeah. Saw that today.
that's rough. And Lions fans, like, I know they haven't had, like, they're not used to this, like, a good coordinator leaving. But I saw, like, a lot of Ben Johnson. And I guess, like, going interdivision, I get it a little bit. But just a lot of Ben Johnson hate. I was like, he's the reason y'all are this good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Ben Johnson could have taken the Commanders' job last year, and now the Commanders are in the NFC Championship, and Ben Johnson is not. Goes to Chicago. He's just going to coach Caleb Williams to be better just out of spite for not taking that Commanders job.
Yes.
Like that's why he took the Bears job.
If
It's like this is purely spite. Like just like I'm going to make him better than this guy.
if Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams are both as good as everyone says they are, and like pretty much everyone thinks they are, the Bears might be a fucking wagon. Like they got a lot to work on, but if both of them are as good as people say,
I'm not expecting
yikes.
a immediate turnaround
Oh no,
at all. But
3 years from now,
yeah, they could fuck around and do something. But
also
This
it
will
is
be-
the Bears.
that's what I was about to say. This is the
Yeah, it is
ultimate
the
test of are the Bears just a cursed franchise? Because they are doing it right. Like they have the young quarterback
Yeah.
and they have the young like golden boy coach. If this doesn't work out, then I don't know what they do.
Right.
old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they just couldn't keep up. The Lions just couldn't keep up. It was
And they also threw like 4 interceptions. Like
right. Yeah, that was bad showing by Jared Goff.
they shot themselves in the foot many times. So, but also like yeah, they could like their defense was pretty much a no show. So
They were super banged up on defense.
yeah.
I think I saw something
pretty
that
much all
like
the season.
their defense from week 1 starting, like they had no week 1 starters on defense
Mm-hmm.
in this divisional game. And then like the people that came in, some of the like, players that replaced the week 1 starters also got hurt. So they were literally grabbing guys like off the street to like play defense.
Another similarity between them and the whatever 21 Titans.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
we were the most injured team in the history of football.
Yep.
And we got the 1 seed. We had Adrian Peterson suited up for a game, maybe 2.
2 games.
2 games. With the one seed.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, quick recap over the Rams Eagles. Like, well, it started snowing. That was fun. But also Jake Elliott can lick my butthole.
Yeah.
I hope.
I guess sucks.
I hope he sleeps with one eye open.
Because old Willie P's coming for him.
If not me, other people. He knows what he did. He knows they're coming.
Jake Elliott, I'd just like to take a moment and thank you personally because that you were the only reason that bet cashed. The Rams looked god awful. Like I know it was snowing, they couldn't move the football at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like that bet had no business cashing. But so shout out Jake Elliott, hero.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I really had no reason to push on that either. Like, if not for Jake Elliott, but
yeah.
I don't know. The Eagles. I mean,
their
they look
offense,
pretty.
Man.
Yeah, they're strong. Like
no,
other than fucking Jake Elliott.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Like
I don't think our
AJ
offense is
Brown,
strong at all. I think they have Saquon Barkley, and that's it.
yeah, like
Take
AJ
away
Brown
his.
was bitching about playing in the snow. He had 2 catches for 14 yards, and I'm like, he was like, "This is the worst game I've ever played." And I'm like, "You need to
No,
like,
it's not.
it can't."
Statistically, last week was worse. 2 weeks ago, I should say. 2 weeks ago.
I think he meant like the conditions,
Okay.
like in
Well,
which he was playing. He
you
was like,
play
"I
in
don't." He
Philadelphia.
said, "I don't wish that upon my worst enemy." And I'm like, "To play in the snow?
It
Really?"
wasn't like that bad. Like that was not the most like the worst quote unquote worst snow game I've ever seen. Like Cleveland, Pittsburgh had way more snow than
I think
Yeah.
I will give him the benefit of the doubt, like that. It started off raining.
that. That looked awful.
Like, yeah, it was like raining cold.
Yeah.
And so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. That had to have sucked. But I don't know, man. You can't say that's like you make your way to you make your way to the NFC Championship and you're like, I wish I'd never played that game.
You won, so
Shut the fuck up.
yeah.
Shut the fuck
Guess
up.
what? You got to play at home next week too. And guess what? It's gonna be cold.
It might snow again.
It
I
might.
don't know what the
I don't know.
forecast is, but it's cold as balls up there, so there's a chance.
We'll check. Check real quick.
But the Eagles off like take away 2 home run runs by Saquon. I offense was not good.
Yeah. I don't know. It seemed like they just what they needed to get done, they got done.
I mean,
Except for
yeah,
make 2 extra points.
they did but they did what they had to do. But what they had to do was very little because other than
Right.
the Rams' first drive and their last one or two, they couldn't move the ball at all. And I know it was snowing, whatever, but do something like adapt. Like
Mhm.
you have to have some sort of like just short yardage, like get the ball out fast and see what happens kind of plays. And they just couldn't do anything.
Right. We'll move into the next game. Quick recap, Ravens Bills barely hit the over. Right at I got it at 51 and a half at a kickoff and it hit at 52. Let's fucking go.
Looked like it was cruising in the first quarter.
Yeah. Was had me at the edge of my seat there for a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm not mad about the Bills winning this game. I wouldn't be mad if the Ravens won this game. I don't know. Well, you know what I mean. Like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
picking a side. But like it's just tough to see a team like the Ravens who were just so good just leave. You know, not that I'm a Ravens fan, but just like a good team, just to, I mean, bigger picture here, make the Chiefs go away, uh, type shit. But I don't know.
I mean, this was another just classic Ravens can't win in the playoff games.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
they just can't. And I mean, Lamar wasn't particularly great, but I don't think he was like the problem. I mean, Mark
Lamar
Andrews
was definitely not the problem,
no,
in
Mark
my
Andrews
opinion.
was a liability. Like he had 2 drops
How
and a fumble. Like that no. That's
how fast do you think he's packed up his bags and got the hell out of Dodge at Baltimore? Because
I mean, he better be in Cancun right
yeah,
now.
he better have not landed in Baltimore. Like if I was him, mm-mm, mm-mm.
No.
You
And
are
I
Mark
public
Andrews.
public enemy number one. Like
I've
you
seen
gotta.
a lot of people being like, "Oh, well, that was it wasn't a perfect throw by Lamar, so how can you expect him to catch it?" I was like, "This is like your all pro. Like, I know he's older now. He hasn't had the best year, but he's still like one of your most reliable re- pass catching options. He's not a receiver, obviously. Catch the football. Like it wasn't like it was at his feet. Like he had to
Yeah,
turn a little.
yeah.
He
Um,
had it.
Yeah,
he won't.
it,
I. He's not going to be on the Ravens next year.
it wouldn't shock me at all. I mean, he's
I
just
think. I think Mark Andrews is going to go to Tampa Bay to reunite with
the bake
Baker.
show.
Yeah,
That that would
from
be kind of fun.
college.
That would be kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's my prediction. Because you got to stick with Isaiah Likely. Um,
I mean,
I
he's
mean,
just
he gets more looks, he gets more receptions.
better.
He's better than Mark Andrews is right now. Uh, go revive your career, make up for it in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
But that's my
Not,
prediction.
not as
Get
cold there either.
Yeah, get the hell out of Dodge, dude. Because you didn't he do this shit in like 2017 too? Like I saw a play that they like ran the exact
The
same
Steelers
thing.
game.
Yeah, the Steelers game.
That was more of like a that was more of a bad throw. Like it wasn't.
Okay.
He still could have caught it, but it was more blame on the throw than that.
Hmm.
Like it was out in front of him. He couldn't really get both hands on it. Like he
Right.
still could have caught it, but it would have been a hell of a catch.
Yeah.
But no, that was solely on him against
Yeah.
Buffalo.
That I mean, god damn, dude. That sucks. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I am glad to see the Bills move on though, because I do still have a future to win the AFC.
I'm happy to see them win too because I like them more than the Ravens. And also, if anybody's going to beat the Chiefs, it has to be the Bills.
Yeah, yeah.
It
But
is their
Mhm.
destiny.
Destiny.
I think it's any
Uh,
team's destiny, really.
But if
But
an
it
AFC team is going to do it, it
yeah,
has to be the
it
Bills.
has to be the Bills. Yeah, you're right.
mhm. Okay. Well, let's get into these games then. Okay, first game, NFC Championship game, Washington Commanders at the Eagles. Both TikTok and the Lions were both destroyed by Washington last week.
But one came back.
But one came back, and it was not the Lions. Uh, anyway, Eagles at home favored by 6, over under 47.5. Chris, what do you think about this game?
I hate it because it's not fun, but I'm taking the Eagles. I think they're just. I know what I said about their offense, how it's not very good, but Saquon can run all over these guys. I mean, Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery are both having their way with Washington's defense. Excuse me, until like Detroit just kind of had to start throwing it. I just think Philadelphia's. I think they're a better team because obviously they're almost a touchdown favorite, but I just think they kind of bully them. I think Philly either wins by 2 touchdowns or they lose outright. So, and I don't think they're going to lose. So I'm going to take Philly on the spread. It's not fun, but I don't know. I think maybe Washington's magic kind of run. This is far and away the best defense they've played in the playoffs. So give me Philly to cover. I hate it, but it's just what I want to take Washington, but I just can't. I can't get there with them. So yeah, give me Philly. Sean, what are you taking?
Yeah, we pushed on Eagles -6 last week. This line feels more justified. It's not fun, like Chris said, but Philadelphia's coming off, a dominant rushing performance. Jalen's gonna suit up. They rightfully handled the Commanders at home earlier this season. I think the Eagles losing to the Rams feels like a more plausible upset than the Commanders beating the Eagles, if that
Hmm.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But the Commanders they shocked us all. They hung 45 on the 1 seed Lions. Aiding with turnovers and pick sixes but I don't think turnovers come as easily this week. Um, this Eagles team is more disciplined. Jalen Hurts has thrown just one interception since week 3.
Shit.
So yeah,
Wow.
um,
Didn't know that.
2 regular season meetings. Eagles controlled week 11. Commanders snuck one out 36-33 in week 16 after Hurts went out with a concussion. I think Philly should be able to dictate and pace this and just grind down Washington's defense. They have a pretty bad ranked run defense as well. They're 27th. Against Saquon, that's not good, and that's really the key is Saquon. He's gonna torch him. In the two games that they've already played, he's rushed 228 yards total. And in their first meeting, they allowed 150 yards on him. I think I just don't think the Commanders will be able to slow down Barkley at all. I think it's going to be a long night for the Manders. Now I did find some the reffing crew was announced, and Sean
Hockley.
Hockley, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, they're in charge of this game. The Eagles are 6-0 in games officiated by Hockley, including 1-0 this season, and the Commanders are 1-2, also 1-0 this season. Um, may not be the sole factor, but that's some pretty good numbers right there. Uh, you know, we can all talk about Jaden Daniels and his fairy tale like season, but rookie quarterbacks are 0-5 in conference championship games. And Daniels is tasked with also winning his fourth straight road game, which is very unfortunate that this schedule came down to that for them. Um, but this almost feels impossible to win against this Philly squad. The Commanders have been a great story all season long, but I think this is where the fairy tale ends. Control the clock, pound the rock, and punch the tickets to Super Bowl. Eagles -6. Will, what you got?
I also agree with the Eagles -6 here. Uh, I
Uh-oh.
was I was going back and forth between the Eagles and the over, but then ultimately it kind of came down to, I mean, the Eagles defense is playing very, very well right now, um, and Saquon is just going to run all over him. So, I mean, I have a very less in-depth answer than you, Chris, not Chris, Sean. Uh, so yeah, that's it. Moving on. Next game. Only
Oh,
other game. What's up?
Timeout.
we got props.
Oh shit!
Oh,
I don't have a prop.
sure. Yeah.
I got two.
Okay.
All right. First one, I'm going to take Jay and Daniels over 32.5 pass attempts. I think Philly's going to shut down the run game, so they're going to have to rely on Daniels. And like I said, I think Philly either wins by 2 touchdowns or lose outright. So Philly will either have the lead and Daniels will have to throw a lot, or Washington will win because Daniels is throwing a lot. It's really the only way I don't see a game where the Commanders are not just airing or forced to air it out at least. So yeah, Daniels over 32.5 pass attempts. I also like Dallas Goedert anytime touchdown plus three shit. I had it 310, I think three something. Um, Commanders aren't very good at defending tight ends. Plus, I think once it gets down to the red zone, they'll sell out against the run, so that'll leave just plenty of room for Goddard to kind of sneak out, be wide open for a touchdown. So I think +3. Let me pull it up just so I can get it. It was 3 something last time I checked. Hold on. Here we go. Dallas Goddard 300 even. So Goddard 300 anytime touchdown. Half unit on that. But
Okay, Sean, do you have any props? I don't have any props.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Jaden Daniels, 275 passing and rushing yards combined. Um, I do feel like this line it's -140. It's a little juiced, but I think it's worth throwing a unit down on it. He passed for almost 300, just one shy of 300 last week. He's constantly putting up 200 passing yards, And, he's putting up 50, 36, 27, 127, 81 in his last 5 games rushing. I think this line is very good. So I don't think you can pull it out, but I definitely think that Jane Daniels tries his very, very best this week, and he'll get those numbers any way that he can.
Moving on to the next game, the Bills at the Chiefs. Feels like we've been here before. Uh, but it's the
Yeah,
Chiefs at home,
a
favored by
couple
one and
times.
a half. Over under is again 47 and a half. Similar, incredibly similar. Actually, the same as the NFC Championship game. 47 and a half.
What?
So, Sean, what do you think? What do you think about this game? Can the Bills beat the Chiefs, or are you what's the play here?
All right. The Chiefs are 15-2 in the playoffs over the last 5 years, and every single one of those wins was by more than 2 points. Meanwhile, the Bills have dropped three straight to Kansas City, each by at least a point and a half. Uh, let's just be real. The Chiefs and the playoff Chiefs, regular season Chiefs, playoff Chiefs, they are two entirely different animals. Uh, for me, betting against Mahomes in January, it's just not gonna. Betting against Mahomes, I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. Um,
It doesn't make much financial
it
sense.
doesn't make much financial sense. For Buffalo, this game is going to be like exercising demons because these are demons to them. Uh, like I said, Kansas City has ended the Bills season 3 times in the last 4 years, twice at Arrowhead. Uh, yeah, Buffalo's beaten the Chiefs in regular season 4 years running, including 3 wins at Arrowhead. Uh, but when it comes to the postseason, they just can't get it done ever. Their last playoff win over the Chiefs, it's been 30 years. I looked it up. It's been 30 years. Um, Buffalo, I will say, by metrics, are the better team. They should be the better team. Um, but Kansas City is, yeah, they're just different in the playoffs. It's just more. But again, we're gonna go back to who's ref in this game, and it is Cleet Blakeman. I think I'm saying that right.
It is,
Um, he is
which is a
officiating this game.
fantastic name for a referee, by the way.
That is
Sorry,
a
continue.
all-time referee name. Um, Bills are 5-2 in games that he has called, including one this season. The Chiefs 3-4, with no games coached in the 2024 season. It's not a massive sample, but it is worth noting, and I think it should give you a little hope if you are a Bills fan that maybe you have the refs on your side this time. Um, but the Chiefs, they've just about, they've been playing smart. They're not super flashy, but this is just a replay of a couple years ago. It'll be Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl. Uh, so I mean, it's Chiefs money line for me. I'm not gonna go with the points. Chiefs money line's like minus 120. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the money line. Um, I mean, they're just inevitable. They're inevitable. They went 11-0 in one score games this season. And listen, um, if you are a Bills fan, I pray that you actually slay this dragon. Um, but if I'm wrong about the Chiefs and I lose money, it'll be worth every penny to see Buffalo finally break through. And until then, my money is on Mahomes and the Chiefs to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. Chris, what you got? Are you going to be fun or are you going to be lame like me?
I mean, it's very, very hard to argue everything you said because you can't really. Everything you said was factual. That being said, I went with my head on the last pick. I'm going with my heart on this one. It's Bills +2. I'm taking the points because if the Chiefs win on a walk-off field goal 1-1, I'm going to hate myself if I take the money line. So give me +2. If the Bills don't do it now, I don't know when they're going to do it. I feel like
I get it.
I probably said that last year, honestly, but and I might say it again next year. But if they don't do it now, when are they going to do it? It just feels like, I don't know. It feels like almost destiny, to sound cliche, just to be able to stop a three-peat against your biggest playoff rival. I can't really say much because the Chiefs are the smart side because they're the Chiefs in the playoffs. But I'm taking the Bills +2, just going with my heart. It's probably not gonna go well, but I can't root for two teams that I don't want to see win in both games. So taking the Bills +2, and you know what?
Don't do it.
Don't
Just
take the
stick
over.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, nah, no, you know what? Money line.
No,
I was going to say, I do
this
like
is
the over.
okay. Over
Um,
47.5 too.
just for fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
just
get
for
that.
fun. So
Yep.
yeah, those are double dip. Let's have some fun.
I'll do
Will,
that too. I'll take the
all
over.
right, let's go.
Double dip.
Will, what are you taking?
So I'm double dipping. Not because y'all said y'all are double dipping, but that was my pick from the beginning. I'm double dipping Chiefs money line and the over. Uh, like I interjected in Sean's spiel, betting against Mahomes in January doesn't make much financial sense. And I understand people who also bet on the Bills. But listen, I'm double dipping, and I think either way, I'm going to win some money on this game. Whether I go 1-1 on this game or 2-0. I don't see how one of these doesn't hit. What is it, Chris? What are you
It was
laughing
just
at?
it was just the way you phrased it. Whether I go 1-1 or something. What else could it was just funny. I was sitting here like 2-0. That's
Yeah, 2-0.
You got it, Ice.
There's a winner in one of these picks, at least, at the very least.
Wait, hold
Uh,
up. What's the weather going to be like in Kansas City?
Probably
Cold.
Because if it's
4.
another fucking snowstorm, I don't know if I'm betting the over.
I don't think it's gonna snow, but I'll pull it up real quick.
Okay.
It's probably going to be like 4 degrees.
I mean, it'll probably be cold as shit, yeah, but both teams are going to run.
It's 31 degrees at kickoff. It's gonna get down to
Wow.
28.
A balmy 31. Okay. Yeah,
That's
over 47.
That's really not that bad.
That's not bad at all.
It's not bad for Arrowhead in January.
Yep.
When they played the Dolphins, they had beer freezing in the stands.
Yeah, it was like negative 10 degrees or some shit.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that game. The beers were freezing.
That
You know how cold it has to
I
be for alcohol to freeze?
cold.
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 Very cold.
I don't think I couldn't have done that. I would
No.
have.
Fuck no.
You could have given me like front row 50-yard line. I'd be like, nah, I'm staying home, man.
Mm-mm. No. No.
That's
It's a
barbaric.
business decision.
But Will, do you have anything to add?
I mean, not really. I will say, whoever wins this game is winning the Super Bowl. That's what I got.
Hmm.
Because
Okay.
if the Chiefs win this game, they're going to the Super Bowl, obviously. And there's just enough flaws on both of the NFC teams that like you have to play a perfect game against the Chiefs to beat them. That is a fact. And there's so many more flaws on the NFC teams sides that they're not going to win. And then if the Bills win this game, uh the the Bills are it's going to be a Washington Capitals situation when after they beat the Pittsburgh Penguins, they were
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Oh,
It's like they're winning the
no
cup.
one can, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no one can stop us. We're winning the
Yeah.
cup." That was the roadblock.
Yeah.
The roadblock isn't the Super Bowl; it's the
Hmm.
road to the
Hmm.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So whoever wins this game is going for the big one.
So
S- s-
you bet Chiefs, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would you? I think the smart thing to do would also be to take them to win the Super Bowl right now, then, because I agree whoever wins this game is going to win the Super Bowl. So in that logic, I should probably take the Bills. But Chiefs are right now are plus 210, and I
Not
mean
bad.
they will be minus whatever
Yeah.
this time next week. So
They'll be favored.
so
Well, are you also kind of hedging joy or hedging emotion like me? Like would you
Yeah.
give up your bet to have the Chiefs lose?
Um. Yeah. I guess I would. Like
Like
if
would
the
you be
Chiefs,
okay with your bet losing if the Chiefs lost? Like either
yeah,
way you lost, but you'd be okay with it. Like
yeah,
morally.
yeah. Like you know, I would miss the one unit that I lost, but at the same time, it's like fuck
probably
those
would have just
guys.
lost it on something else anyway.
Yeah,
That's the way I look at it. I was
yeah,
like, that unit would be gone regardless. So.
yeah.
Fuck.
I said that this
That's
unit's
like the
probably on
truest
borrowed
thing I've ever
time.
heard. I don't think I've ever looked at it like that.
Yeah, sometimes.
I've always just looked at it as like, fuck, I'm an idiot. I can't believe I lost this. I can't believe I bet that.
I mean,
That's
usually that
hilarious.
is my what I think. But whenever I'm like trying, like you said, like hedging joy or something, I'm like,
Yeah.
that unit was probably gonna be gone anyway. Like,
Okay.
that's not the
Yeah.
one that's gonna turn this whole thing around.
God,
Yeah.
that's
So,
fucking true. Uh, well, like I said, I do have a future for the Bills to win the AFC.
mm.
Um, so I should probably bet the Bill. I should probably hedge on the Bills or the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl right now.
I mean, if you're hedging, you would take the Chiefs.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you take the Bills, you'd be doubling down pretty much.
I think there's
Yeah.
Which,
hedging
if you want to do
calculators on on the internet
I mean, I'm sure there is.
where it's like, all right,
What was your question, Chris? What did you say?
that, I said if you're hedging, wouldn't you'd be taking the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, or right? Because
yeah,
if you were,
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
okay.
that. Yeah. Right.
Because you said Bills or Chiefs, I was like, well, if you're hedging, it'd be the Chiefs.
Well, I have the Bills to win the AFC,
Well, that's what
not
I'm
the
saying.
Super
Like,
Bowl.
if you're hedging that bet,
Right.
okay, yeah, I get what you're saying, but
Yeah. So I should either like if I have the Bills to win the AFC, should I bet the Bills to also win the Super Bowl
I mean,
or the Chiefs
but
to win the
if you're
Super
betting
Bowl?
on the Chiefs to win this game, then I would just go ahead and bet on the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl because I feel like we're all in the consensus that whoever wins this game
Right.
is winning the Super Bowl. So if you think the Chiefs will win, then it'd be smart because like you're not getting 210 on come Monday if they win.
No. I mean, the Bills to win the AFC was plus 225.
Yeah. So I think, or you could put like you could look up this fancy schmancy hedging calculator and put whatever it sees fit on the Chiefs just to win this game. I don't know if that would be. I'm not smart, so I don't know if that would be the way to go or really even as fun. But
Yeah,
I think those would be your two options.
Never really. I don't think I've ever hedged really before.
I've hedged bushes. I've never hedged a bet.
Yeah, I've had bushes and all that shit.
Yeah.
But
All right.
props.
I bet on the Chiefs to win the Super
Props.
Bowl.
Yeah, props. I got one. Let me pull it up. James Cook over 56.5 rushing yards. He has gone over this number in the last 5 games in which he has had 10 carries. And I looked it up. 11 plus carries is minus like 320. So Vegas thinks he's going to get the rock a lot. Kansas City's defense, while strong, not really great against the run. Gave up 88 last week to Mixon. 2 weeks ago against the Steelers, gave up 74 to Najee Harris and 71 to Jalen Warren. 3 weeks ago when they played the Texans, again, 57 yards to Mixon. And week before that, 84 yards to Jerome Ford when they played Cleveland. So I think James Cook, I think they're going to run the ball with Allen and Cook. I think they just kind of want to keep it out of Mahomes' hands as much as possible. So yeah, James Cook over 56.5 rushing. Honestly, I like that more than the Bills pick, if I'm being honest. But anyone else got a prop?
Oh, I don't know.
Me.
All right, what you got, Sean?
Mine is Patrick Mahomes' longest pass completion for over 34.5 yards.
Ooh.
Given the obvious of, there's 13 seconds left in the game. What's going to happen? Oh, Mahomes is just going to chuck it downfield and Travis Kelce will be there. But besides that obvious, Buffalo ranks 29th in drop back EPA, and over that span, the Bills have allowed the 4th most passing yards on and third most yards per attempt on 20-plus yard throws. I'm sorry.
Say that one again.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. The Bills have allowed the 4th most passing yards and 3rd most yards per attempt on 20-plus yard throws. So last week, Lamar torched Buffalo downfield. Rashad Bateman and Isaiah Likely both hauled in receptions for over 35 yards. Really, this is more of a play like the Chiefs are down, they got to get in field goal range, and they're at the 25. They just got the kickoff, like AFC Championship a couple years ago.
Yeah.
This is I think this game is going to perfectly mirror itself. History will repeat itself. That's mainly, I was like, yep. I was literally looking on DraftKings and I was like, what is that? What's that line? And it's lower than Allen's too. Allen is at 37.5.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah. So that's mine, but
Okay. Well, I mean that's kind of it. There's only 2 games, so we don't really have a surefire.
no, I'm not doing surefires this week.
No, I'm not.
Not gonna do it.
Fuck that. And then next week, there's no football. Well, there's the Pro Bowl, but that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't count anymore.
Yeah.
It hasn't counted in a long time.
It used to mean something.
It did a long time ago.
It used to mean something, dude.
Yeah, they've been airing the Pro Bowl commercials and the Pro Bowl games commercials, whatever, and they've done this the last couple years, and I don't watch the flag football thing because I don't care. And there's this clip they keep showing, and it's of, I don't know who, like, what's going on. It's like a half-second clip. Someone is like about to score, and they pitch it behind, like a half yard behind him, to someone just running right behind him, and he scores, but in the process gets laid the fuck out. And they keep showing that, like, isn't this so fun? I'm like, that's awesome. I'm like, yes, that is objectively cool. But also, whoever pitched that, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
That's a dick move.
I remember that happening. I think it was a white guy that pitched it back.
I have no idea. I'll probably see the commercial about 50 times this week. So
Typical.
typical. But yeah, every time I see that commercial, I'm just like, why would he do that? Like he just got his buddy killed, or maybe it was
For
his enemy, and
funsies.
it was a strategy. He got laid the hell out. That's not funsy. In a
Well,
flag football game, nonetheless.
well, if I'm not correct, correct me, but aren't the teams the divisions?
Yeah, but he pitched it to a guy on his team. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
So someone in his division. He was trying to get someone in his
Yeah.
division laid out. I don't know. Might be a
Ooh,
big
he's
brain
playing
play.
chess.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Just
the Pro Bowl is a funny place to do it.
yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, you know? But I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But
I mean,
I'm not
maybe that
100%
is
sure.
again. And I don't know when this occurred. It had to be within the last few years because it was the flag football thing. But yeah, every time I see it, I'm just like, that was like, why would he do that?
I
Have
don't
you
know, brother.
guys ever known someone to go to the Pro Bowl?
No.
Like to
Like
attend?
personally?
Yeah, to attend.
Oh, I thought you meant like an athlete.
No.
I was like, oh, you
We
went to
don't know
flex
any
on-
athletes.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, do you? I was like, oh yeah, one time I shook like someone's hand, but no, I.
Yeah,
Not
my
to my
cousin went to the Pro
knowledge.
Bowl.
My cousin Peyton Manning. No, I don't. I don't think if they have gone, they haven't said anything about it. So no.
When I was in high school, this girl I went to church with, her family, her dad won tickets to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii through like a Campbell's soup like campaign.
Oh damn,
Yeah.
Nice.
So like
that's
her
cool.
and like her whole family went to Hawaii on like Campbell's or the
Campbell's
NFL's dime. Like yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty badass. I
And back
always
when
wanted
it,
to win one of those.
Fuck, dude.
back when it was in Hawaii, it was like a destination kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now isn't it like in Orlando?
It's in fucking Orlando.
Like
Who
it's not even
cares?
like a. I mean, no, Orlando's going to catch a straight. It's not even like a very nice city in Florida.
And you know what? I think Orlando knows that. Like they
Oh,
they
yeah.
that's not even catching a stray. They know that
No,
like
they're
they're
like,
not
hey, we
really that
got
great.
which
They
they
got
have.
Disney World and
You see
and
that over
Universal
there?
Studios.
That's
Yeah, they
the
got
That's it.
that's the Epcot ball. You see that?
Pretend like you're somewhere cooler.
Hey, you're in China. I don't think so. You're in China.
We're in Orlando.
I went to
Yeah,
Orlando in middle school. We went to Wet and Wild, and I got really bad sunburn.
What is
Chris, I
Wet
feel
and
like
Wild?
that happens to you a lot.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I feel like you
went
underestimate
to-
the sun pretty frequently.
What is
Yeah,
Wet and Wild?
the Sun has like a big water park thing with like the big.
Is that the only place you went to?
Oh, we went to Universal too, but
Okay, because
I
like
liked Wet and Wild more, if I'm being honest.
okay,
I don't
I've
like
never
roller
heard of-
coasters. So
Never heard. That makes sense. I know
Yeah.
you. That makes
You
sense.
didn't ride the Hulk ride? It
No.
was a fun ride.
That's
No,
that's something very much I can see Chris not doing.
No, I don't
Like-
like roller coasters. I've never liked them. So I was like, get me on a water slide all day, but no, I'm good on the
I just pictures
something
like yeah,
that
we went to
puts me upside down in the air.
we went to Orlando and then we went to Wet and Wild. He was like, "You go anywhere else?" No.
Nah, McDonald's. That's like the Family Guy. Is this our vacation? Yeah. Are we trash?
Kind of.
Kinda. Oh.
Oh.
But yeah.
So yeah,
Uh,
the Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl sucks.
Yeah, the Pro Bowl kind of sucks.
That was Pro Bowl talk with 3 for the money.
Yeah. Um,
For stories
I
about
uh,
Orlando is more interesting than the Pro Bowl is going to be.
Yeah.
I was talking to Chris yesterday, Sean, and
Hmm.
I told him something that he didn't know, and I want to share it with you, and you're gonna think it's ridiculous. Chris loved it when I told him
Can
yesterday.
you share it in a way where I can maybe guess what it is in case I do know it?
Yes. Um, you can bet on a thing
Oh.
on mybookie.com.
I think you can bet on a lot of things on mybookie.com.
All right, you can
That
bet
doesn't really
on
help me.
a uh some would call professional sport.
Oh, you can bet on the WWE in the
Yeah.
on mybookie.com.
Not a
Yeah.
sponsor.
Not a sponsor. I was listening to another podcast, a wrestling podcast, and they were like, dude, you can bet on mybookie.com on who's going to be the first one to come out of the Royal Rumble to walk out into the ring. And I'm like, yo, that sounds fun. Betting on like, who wins certain matches,
Is that what
that's
this show's going to be after football's over? Is
Wrestling
it,
gambling.
or is Will going through mybookie.com to give out WWE props?
I
Will
haven't I
can do
haven't
that.
had the chance to look into it, but apparently you can.
Will does WWE props. I do UFL picks. We're really hitting the niche markets.
We're really hitting the corner of everything.
Degenerates degeneracy.
Oh God.
But yeah,
Has that been a thought in your head? Just like I should
to
sign up
do
for
it,
my book.
no.
No.
I recently found this out that it
Hmm.
was an option. Um, I do think it would be kind of fun to, do something like that for the Rumble. Uh, because, it's just fucking it's like the same as like sports, like anytime touchdown, or like first touchdown. Who goes out to the ring first? I don't know. Here's a list of who it might be
Yeah.
and betting odds. Just saying. I
I
might
don't
have to
know.
check
Will told me.
Bovada.
Will told me that, and I was like, "Yeah, I might have to check that out."
Because
I
like
probably won't. I probably won't, but I'll give it a look.
I think it would be incredibly entertaining to look, but I probably won't do it.
Uh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know that
I don't really have anything to
Well
say
said.
about that. Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry. I'm really not in that space as
yeah, that's
much
fine.
as the two of you might be.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I know that they were taking bets on who was going to come out first for the Raw debut on Netflix. Um and John Cena was the favorite. It was not John Cena that came out first. It was The Rock. So
Mm.
some people who bet on professional wrestling lost money.
I feel like.
That sentence is hilarious.
I mean, that. I'm sure they have some sort of regulations on that, but
That's got to be rigged though. Like,
it's scripted.
well, I know,
Like
but like
someone
the
wrote
whole
down on paper
I know the betting
who
odds
is.
have to be rigged. Like that can't be cool to like
Yeah, that's the
put
only
out
thing where
there.
I
That's
was.
not
I
like
was
that those
thinking.
aren't Vegas odds.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just
like
some
someone.
guy.
It's like there's a whole room of people that know everything that is going to happen. So it is rigged, like
Yeah. They
Yeah.
rigged.
they
Like it's a choreographed sport. Like everybody, lots of people know what's going to happen. So that was like the only thing where I was like, maybe not the smartest thing to put hard-earned U.S. currency on this, but it's it's worth taking a gander at.
I bet it'll be pretty fun to explore that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought that would be funny.
you do you. Uh, I kind of encourage it. I think it'd be fun if you did this.
If you did,
I
not
might.
me. If you,
Not me, but if you did it, you know more. Well, I only say that because you know more
I
about
know.
it than I do. Um,
We'll be sitting here watching the Rumble, and Will's sweating like, I've got Chris Jericho to come back and come 15.
I need Team Extreme
listen,
to come
I
back.
got Ric Flair plus 5,000 to
Oh my
be
God.
the first one out at the Rumble. It's like, look, I know he's retired, but he's out of money again. He's got to come back, and
He had
it's
another
it's plus
divorce.
5,000. You have to put at least something on that.
It's like in The Office where Kevin's like, if John Cougar Mellencamp ever wins an Oscar, I'll be a very rich man. If Ric Flair comes up first at the Rumble. That's hilarious.
Listen, I mean, if anyone gives you 5,000 to 1, 10,000 to 1, you take it.
You take it.
You take it. It's simple as that.
I probably I'll make picks for fun. I won't put money on them. That's just I might as well light it on fire.
I
That money might as well not
I
exist.
don't really understand the difference.
If I just like write down
If you
the
give
things that I
out
choose,
if you give out a pick,
I'm not giving them out. I mean, I'll let people know. I think that's different than giving them
that's
out.
giving them out, Will. If you're letting them know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, hey, this is what I'm. This is what I wrote down in my notebook. I'm not putting money on it
Okay.
because it's not real.
Some
Someone
poor
made it up.
some poor sap is gonna tail you, and you're not gonna tail him, and you're not gonna
Yeah.
follow through on what you're giving out.
Well, that guy's an idiot.
I wonder
Just-
if there's a way to do like an exact order, like 1 through 30 at
Christ.
plus like a billion.
Well,
If you can
One-
do that,
Just $1,
yeah,
$1,
can change everything.
$1
can
to
do
change
that-
your life.
If you can do that, in my book, he lets you deposit one singular dollar. I might do it.
well, I mean, that's kind of what we're going to do after we're done recording this podcast. We're actually going to look at it because I don't know. I got nothing else better to do on a Wednesday.
I
Thursday.
gotta go to sleep.
Yeah, you got to go to sleep.
I'm not gonna do that, but
I'm not That's good.
You got to go to sleep.
I look
like a
forward
nerd.
to next week when we can go over this.
Yeah, because we're gonna. I mean, we'll go over games from this week, but there won't be much.
We can go over what you won't be taking,
Yeah,
but what you like. So,
yeah. Do not put money on this.
but I like.
But
this.
here's what I'm putting money on.
Here's if I had unlimited money, how I would bet. But I don't. I have bills. All right, fellas, I'm gonna end this podcast if that's okay with you.
It's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. I don't know
I
if you
think
have
we're
anything
running
to
on
add.
fumes right now, for being honest.
Yeah, we've never talked about the WWE before. I don't think.
Well, there have been little Easter eggs in some of the things we say, but not the things that you say. But me and Chris
No, not
sometimes, very rarely.
And I really, if that's true, I don't pick up on them.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Really appreciate it. Please interact with this any way that you see fit. Like, comment, subscribe. It really helps our reach. Check out the Trend Center app. Link in the bio. 15% off a premium membership. The greatest tool on the planet for sports bettors. Yeah. Well, it's January. With football going away, it's going to be pretty handy betting the NBA. So, definitely
And
check that
college
shit out.
basketball.
Oh, and yes, and college basketball.
I've been using it. It's been good.
Let's go. Yes, check that shit out. Follow us and everything. Bandit won't have a pick. I think he's done making picks this year. Ended 7-5, I believe, on his Thursday night
Thursday
picks.
nights.
So not too bad. Not too bad.
I think this is like first winning season.
I also think so as well. I think one year he went 500. But yeah. Shit. Okay. Yeah, that's all I got. All right. Thanks, guys. There's 3 of us. Now let's make some money. Wow.
Woo!
So,